Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. This is Voice of Reason in case you didn't know, and I'm glad you could join me once again. Let's go right to business. The ignore game in the party scene, going out to just have a good time, no motive initially. I'm talking to you fellas. I know, we work hard, we play hard, right? So when we gather to have a good time with the guys or whoever, somebody's celebration, the typical bottles section. That's not the point of this. The point is, when you get into the scene, you're going to see some pretty things, right? Like, you hope whenever you go out to an event, the same way you showed up in your best, you go get your hair cut, you get groomed right? To go out, to show out. Go out means show out. Women are going to do the same. You're going to see some things that are very appealing. The thing is, the party scene is a setup. It's not about you. Things are sometimes pre-organized, or maybe not. The point I'm trying to make with you is, go have a good time. That's it. Single, taken, however you move, go just enjoy the time. Especially if the scenery is dope, the DJ's rocking. You just embrace what's around you visually, right? So if you should happen to meet somebody, fine, do you. But I want you to take the wolf out of it. Some of you not going to hear me. I may sound a little political right now. Easier said than done, especially when you get that liquid courage in you. It's up. But I want you to at least hear me out. Women, social media, day to day, are complimented and praised almost annoyingly in huge numbers. The party scene is no different. They're not going to think it's special occasion for the same praises they get day to day. So in the party scene, their guard is probably more up. I say that to say, not to get on them for that. Fellas, chill out. Let it be a organic thing. If you come across something checking you out, listen, if she on your body, ignore this whole thing. I'm just saying, as far as like the cold approach or being aggressive or going out with a motive initially, it kind of ruins the whole vibe of the good time. Because we're in a weird world today that women will interact from a safety perspective. Not per se that they really like you in exchange of a number, a social media account, or whatever. So if you go ahead and you put your energy towards that and you don't cash out, you ruin the mood of the night. Unless you just a savage and you don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the normal people though. I know that you might be looking for something. You might have been single a while. You might have been in a streak, but you ain't been, you know what I'm saying, getting yours. Let's just keep it real. You ain't been getting none in a minute. So you go to this party and you're like, it's up. You dressed the part, you smell good. You took care of all of the pluses. You know what I'm saying? And so you think you're going to capitalize. I just feel this is not something you should go at with that approach. I feel it's one of those humbling things. You go, you chill. You meet somebody, you meet somebody. Chill the fuck out. You ain't got to always be a savage. That's all I'm saying. So I didn't break down the ignore part. The reason I put ignore game is back to what I said about women. They get attention all the time to the point where it's annoying. You are not helping. Now it's a psychological game in a way to do the ignore thing because they'll just ignore your ass too. Like, this won't work out for you a lot, but you should try it. You have your fun. You look like you're not on to something, like you thirsty or you fiend out. Just chill. And something may come your way. Women like to get ignored. That's real masculine to say, but that's the way you're going to stand out. Not acting like all the thirst buckets. So chill out. You understand me? Cool. Birthday parties. Does it make sense to throw your own? When I was younger, I used to say, yo, that is so dope to be able to do that. Maybe I was thinking naive. Now, it's like, I don't want to disappoint you because you're going to do what you do. And I feel like there's certain ages where extra attention is understandable. 21, 30. Some people do the 5s, 35, 40, 45, 50. Some of those numbers I get, there should be some type of celebration for sure. Let me tell you something that you may not want to hear. Planning a party. Now, I'm going to use the approach that you're doing this. Now, if you have a partner or a clique, like a real ride or die clique, and they plan this party and do all of the work, the hard work, the footwork, have all the parties you want. When you got to do it, there's a lot of behind the scenes shit you don't know about. You go to these parties and you just go into the party. You're not analyzing how it was formed, how it got put together. But I'm just trying to say to you is to spend bread, rent out a place, rent out bottle girls or whoever's going to distribute shit, DJ, food. Think about you're doing all that and it's your birthday. Again, all people see is the finished product. So after you do all of that and you spent I don't know how much and people show up because people are going to show up, it's a party. You put it together, especially if they just got to show up and they don't pay at the door or even they paid a little $20 or whatever. The point is, the people who are coming to your party, are they genuine or are they just coming because it's something to do? I've seen parties where people really show out. Like, again, it's the finished product, so I don't know the behind the scenes. But I've seen parties where people really come and celebrate the person's birthday like they famous. May sound like I'm sarcastically hating. I just don't see the point. The milestones and the 5s and the 0s on the end, if you want to celebrate those, you can just have an intimate dinner maybe, or just take your bread and treat yourself on a trip, a vacation, go away. Now, when you see who pulls up for that, that's how you know who really rock with you. Make your money useful. You can spend the bread because it's not about the money at the end of the day, really. I'm not attacking that first. So whatever it costs, I'll pick a wild number. Let's say $5,000. Just don't take me literal. Relax. $5,000 for the party. Take that 5, go on vacation. Where was the 5 spent better? I'm just saying. I feel like we try to impress people directly and indirectly. And I think that's what a birthday party that you throw for yourself is doing, trying to impress people. I just don't feel the need. Like, it's cool. You could be at a regular party. There's parties where you didn't plan it like that. You might have paid for your section and they get shouted out. Like, okay, that's the milder side and I'll accept that. Like, if there's just an event going on and they take time out the event and say it's such and such birthday, they bring the bottles, the bottle girls, the lights, the signs. Cool. You still spend bread, I feel like. But I understand that one if you want to do that. If you're still a partier. Like, if that's you, if you like to party, absolutely. But if you're square, and I don't mean that in a negative way, like, to be out there just for that don't make sense to me. Like, if you outgrew the party life and that's not really you, take your bread and do better with your birthday. It's yours. Do something that fit more you instead of trying to impress people. It's not an attack. I just want you to take a second and think about that one. You understand? So birthday parties is highly debatable with me. I don't want to completely say a no. I just don't feel you shouldn't be on it like that every time. There's better ways to treat yourself and praise the fact that it's your earth strong. I'll take a second, shout out all the Scorpios. The Scorpio season. What do you like and what are you into? If you search for a partner, the closer to these things they are, the better. This ain't rocket science, people. Did I have to really do this? But it's funny how the simple things or the common sense things are least used, least referenced. I'm talking more to fellas here. What do? We use the visual. We use our eyes. I say this. Everybody says this. This is just repeated on social media. Everyone almost could admit to this, that guys are going initially for visual. So we want the baddie. We want the hot one. Pretty face. Makeup or not. Long hair. Natural or not. Mwah, on the body. Natural or not. These are things that entice initially, immediately. It's the grabber. Just like with any promotion of anything, food, YouTube ads, anything that makes you, it stops you in your tracks to pay attention to. That's what we do, guys. And you're lucky, or you think you're lucky, you're trying to strike luck, that if you use that first and then do what I'm telling you to do, which this should be first. What do you like and what are you into? You hope that that could correlate. So you're trying to find the baddie, the hot one, the gorgeous, the beautiful. And then you go, well, what are they into? And what do they like? That shit don't be nothing about what you be about. But if you could connect physically, you figure it out. I've been there. Listen, you want to feel like you're not alone? I don't know if I'm all the way out of there. I do care what they look like. Don't get it twisted. But this what do you like and what are you into is way more important. You're taking it light, but it's way more important. And I'm not saying they got to match to the T. Because I watch The Wire, shout out The Wire, currently doing that, whoever know me. You don't gotta love The Wire, but you gotta be able to at least indulge if you've never seen it before. Or pick similar. Oz is a bad comparison, like it's not really the same as jail. But if you on your Oz vibe, you're kind of similar to where I'm going with it. Sort of. But at least the conversation was had. What are you into? It's hard when men are in the sports. Most men are in the sports and your lady's not. That's not a deal breaker to me, long as they don't really try to take you away from it. And they can sit through a few of it sometimes, I guess. Chop it with you. Because look, all of this is crap. If your partner's really into you, fellas, it don't matter. But is it authentic? Because the more she's into you, she could hate football. I didn't say sports. I took it specific. She could not know nothing about football, never sat through it. But because she on your body, she'll sit through that game. And sometimes you take it as she's just into me because we want to give we always say when a woman's really into you, it's whatever. It's whatever. Y'all doing whatever, long as y'all spending time. But is that genuine? And I don't want to cause a wreck. Like, oh, now you got to question it because it may not be genuine. I'm just saying it would be in your best ability, beneficial, to pick somebody who like and are into the things you are into, or at least similar to. It is the better approach, and it is the better way for y'all that give it a go. It can't be too opposite. You feel me? It can't be too opposite. And we got to stop using the visual all the time. If I want to not, just attack the men on this, and I'm not really attacking, I'm using the harsh words, but if I want to check women on this as well, y'all do it too. Y'all don't do it with the visual as much. You may defend the fact that it ain't the looks, but whatever y'all do use, it's still the wrong strategy. I rarely, in a long time, have shouted out Fresh and Fit podcast, and it doesn't mean something wrong with them. I was on them for a long time. But something I think I got from there is that women will say nice guy, good guy, whatever, but that's not what they want in the forefront. They want all of the real shit, the security, financially, protection-wise, etc. And then as a component, after they already like and are into the person, then this good guy, nice guy, morals come into play. Sorry to be a little bit harsh. I have to check y'all. Y'all gonna challenge me on it. It's cool, but cut the crap. Some things have to be aligned first, and then you put the more sound good qualities that you looking for. So women do that too. And I can't tell you to change. Same way I can't tell the guys to change. You're still going to react to something you visually see that's attractive. That's going to always be initial. And the women the same with the security and they got to be into the guy first. Then they, add all those layers. But I just think it's better. There's nothing guaranteed though. So if you like how it's been going for you, doing it the way you do it, by all means continue. But you want to have these conversations and see if it could be a smooth. It helps you too. It helps you with like planning dates and y'all going out. Because again, if people are into each other and they just like each other's company, sweet, dope. Do we really still live in those times? There were times like that where, if I just like being around you, but is it genuine? Because I could get back on the guys as well. I've seen it. I'm a victim of that. It's been women I'm attracted to, and I'm feeling them so much that it don't matter what's going on, just as long as I'm with them. Feel me? But like the lines get blurred because I don't want to blast nobody specific in my life to say that I know I was genuine with that. Like I just wanted to be around them. And what's the narrative, fellas? Like if we haven't gone out with the woman first and we just immediately invite them to the crib, I was just talking about this. When you want to just chop it with them, you just want to hang sometimes and you just go straight to the crib and look crazy like you just trying to slam. You're just trying to score and that's it. And you ain't want to put in no work. But there's a difference because it kills me because if a man just wants sex, whether you just come to the crib or he take you out, that's going to remain the motive. Now you feel better about it that he spent a couple bucks before you cave, or you may keep, he may keep spending and you never cave, but like, it's still like a waste of your time. You didn't cave. You feel proud. You stand on that. You made him court, but none of y'all won. Like none of y'all, what did y'all really gain from that? So I feel like it shouldn't be judged that way. But you got to use your vibe and logic and just watch and like really pay attention because some people can just be genuinely wholesome like that. Coming to the crib is not, I feel like that's not the worst thing to suggest. Now, total strangers who have never been in each other's presence, I give you that. If you've never been in each other's presence or it's real crispy new, yes, refrain. Fellas, you got to go out. I know I probably got louder. I was trying to keep the mic control good. You probably going to have to go out. Just for the comfortability perspective. I feel that, it's a weird world today. People getting snatched up. So I kind of voice a reasoned it for real with the whole trying to make y'all see that everything's not malicious, everything doesn't have a motive. But today's day and age, it really leaves you no choice but to be cautious. So I'm really not mad. So it's like, pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Pick and choose. How a woman handles a man. No, how a woman handles knowing a man wants her versus a man handling knowing a woman wants him. Who does it better? What's the correct way to deal? This is challenging. I should have had a guest for this. It's cool. Again, I said this already. Women are approached, complimented, praised all around the clock. Even again from Fresh and Fit, it happens so much that they don't even value no more when a real guy's really into them and really pursuing them genuinely because of how many options and how often it happens. If you're showered with stuff, I don't know what I'm tripping up. If you're overshowered with stuff, how can you praise it? If it comes easy, how can you value it? But they turn it around on us. So like when we seek physicality, when we trying to get busy, oh, if I just give it to him, he's not going to respect it. He's not going to want to be in a relationship with me because I gave in so easily. Some cases that's true. That's a good argument. But in the same breath, if men holler at y'all at the rate that they do, approach y'all, tell y'all beautiful, how do you value when a real guy doing that for you? The same way you can say, give that a chance and don't judge you. Don't get at you women, right? Y'all can still select correctly. Y'all can tell when a man's being genuine. You know, whoever you choose, I chose. You want to stand on that, right? So don't feel like giving in sexually eliminates you then. That's a bad, I just wanted to beef. I just wanted to cause ruckus and stir it up with that one. That's not the point. The point is, I tried, fellas. I try to get y'all a window. They handle it better, bottom line, because it happens so much. So they move in a way where they may respond to it lightly. They may not respond to it. There's no way to know where they at with it. It all gonna boil down to the man and what he does with that. Meaning like if he put himself out there and she knows now, it's what he does. Because she'll just sit on that. Or she may throw a little hint here and there, but she's not, pretty much probably won't close the deal. It won't happen for you. She can sit on that information. 90% of the time I felt women could finesse crazy with that knowledge. Men, what do? We show no damn restraint, no flex, no non-thirstyism. I just made up a word for you. Hit the notification bell, Voice of Reason NF right now. Subscribe, comment, share, like. What do, fellas? We going in. We get the slightest inclination that there's a shot and we own it aggressively. Only way I can bail that out to make it sound like that's something valuable is because of our aggressive nature in survival, period. We go after the jobs. We get the job done. We protect. You know what I mean? We provide. You got to be aggressive to be masculine, to be alpha. So we're going to try to justify that when we know a woman wants us, get it. Straight savage. I don't know if there's a correct way to suggest. It's a funny world today, and you really never know where something forms and something comes from. Relationships out there, you could get the experience if you want to, pry and people trust in you to tell you their stories. All successful couples or successful couples thus far can probably tell you some non-regular shit as the way that they're together or how it started. You know what I mean? So I can't tell you there's a correct way to deal. I just know that I vouch that I feel women definitely do it better. They'll sit on that shit and sit on that shit. You can do, I don't care who you think you are. You could be the smoothest Marcus Graham from Boomerang. Haha, one of my old aliases, maybe still. You can try to do it whatever way you want. and they're still taking on some poker face shit. Like, I really like how they handle themselves in that. We do not do that at all. Repetitive as I'm sounding. Fellas, can we grab a hold and control of this? Like, do we gotta be thirsty knowing that? And the only time we do display any restraint is because we probably don't like them. We don't see them like that. If your focus is the super baddies, hot girls, etc., and you're not a celebrity, whether A-list or not, somebody known, somebody who got large quantities of money, no woman that you desire, I'm sorry to sound so negative, no woman you desire is going to let you know they want you. You wish. There's going to be some arguable times. You might do very well. You might get something like, yo, look, voice of reason. What you think of that? You're like, damn, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Probable and possible. Two different things. So you might strike that luck, but it's not in your favor. So shout out to the women for handling that better. It irritates our soul though, right? Especially if we went hard to show that we like them, we want them, and they just sit on that. Now let's go to real quick before I close it up about that being known without actual exchange of dialogue. They still better. Because you don't got to say nothing, fellas. The look, your vibe, just in passing, speaks, it screams. They know. Off that alone. So now you look, I don't know if you look stupid. You only look stupid if they don't like you at all. If you later go and try to say it or speak on it, they be like, yeah, I knew that. You ain't got a chance. Like, if, I knew that. If I wanted to do something about it, I'd have did something about it. That's crazy, right? The game is cold. So, and then for men, women, that's probably how it goes. When they want you or when they want to try to show you that they got to want to try to show you that in the subtlest way. It's definitely probably going to be nonverbal. The look, the being in your vicinity, even if there is small dialogue. Good morning. That's funny. Good morning. Or, you smell good. Real mild is the bottom line. So men have to really pay attention more because it's not going to come verbally. We verbal, we'll say it. We'll just throw our cards right there. You know what I mean? Make it so easy. And that's so crazy in the whole talk of this because it's like we make it easy for the women. We just obvious and they still handle that better. No, I'm taking that back. Because it's easy and we just let y'all know, y'all should be able to handle it. I rebuke. Women, you got it good. If they just throw it out there like that, yeah, you know what to do. With the man, with y'all being so strategic about it and may not just come clean that you want us, that's why it's harder for us to handle that. But it was different when I was saying that if both parties tell. If you're vocal, both man or woman in the situation and go, what's good? We still suck at handling it. We still thirst buckets, I'm sorry. Y'all be a little more smooth, not as thirsty, look busy, appear to be busy, have shit going on, be on your purpose instead of chasing cat. You know what I'm saying? But the women handle it in either way. Either way, victory to the ladies. So thanks for joining. Till the next time, stay progressive, stay productive, and stay pushing. Peace.